We have been hearing these things from all the time that, okay, knowledge is power. It's a wrong concept. Knowledge is a potential power. It's like a matchbox. Inside the matchbox, there is a potential fire exists, but there is no fire. Unless and until you do this, you won't see any fire. So most of the people, what they do, they join some of the seminars, they go to school, they do a lot of things, they read books, but they don't do anything. So day after day, they have been reading and learning, and after a certain time, they say that, I'm so unlucky, I tried everything, didn't work. Yeah, you learn a lot of things, but how many things you actually used in your life? So from now on, you have to understand, just by attending this seminar, maybe you'll be inspired to do something good. Maybe you'll be feeling a little bit better than before, and you'll be thinking, yes, I'm worth to do something. But if you do not start right now, you'll never do it. So many of us thinking, okay, one day I'll do it. One day I'll be rich. One day I will achieve something big. And that one day is today. And in our mind, whenever we keep on saying one day, actually you're saying is never. Yesterday was today, and you didn't do it. Why you'll be the prime minister, or you'll be the minister, or you'll be the big businessman, or you'll be a world-class athlete? How come? If you do not have that big dream, you will not be able to use your personal potentials within you. Even though you are the best creation of Srishtikarta or God, Ashraful Makhlukat, but it will be remain same like animal. What is the primary goal for the animals? They want to eat, they want to sleep, they want to stay safe, they want to produce some kids, and safely die. So if we are human being, and we are claiming that we are the best creation of God, but living almost a little bit better than animal, then we haven't seen our life yet. So please, my request, open your eyes and try to know who you are actually. And why most of the people are remain same day after day. Number one reason is they are not raising their standard. And as I said, this is a motto in my life that I always believe human beings are as big as their dream. The bigger dream you have, higher you can go. And in order to raise this standard, you have to have a burning desire. It's a burning desire. What does that mean? Desire means, okay, if I see a car going and I say, wow, what a nice car, I wish I can buy this. That's a desire, hope, or wish. But do you think that you are really serious about it? No, you hope that somehow it will come to you. Maybe the maximum thing you'll do is you're going to buy a lottery ticket. Okay, I don't have any chance to buy this sort of car, so what can I do? I can just buy a lottery so that if I win, I'm going to buy this. That's the maximum thing you can do. So this sort of desire is not powerful enough. And that's why you'll never pursue, you'll never go for it, you'll never drive for it. আপনি কোনোদিন এটার জন্য যা অ্যাকশন নেওয়া দরকার, আপনি সেটা নেবেন না. But if your desire is a burning desire, very strong, very solid, you will find out the way. Nothing can stop you. That's why Napoleon Hill said that the starting point of all achievement is desire. It's very powerful. The starting point of every single achievement is a desire. But problem is, if your desire is weaker, the chance is also weaker. Exactly the same way, if you have less fire, you'll have less heat. And that's why you have to know exactly how to increase the desire. How I can maximize my desire, that I will find out the way to achieve it. And human being is so creative, so much potential is hidden within you. If you say, I will do it, if you say, no matter what, I don't know how to do it, but I will do it, you'll find out the way. But if you say, I wish, if you say, I want to, then what you'll do? You'll go one step, 2 steps, 3 steps, 4 steps, and you see some challenges, you say, okay, forget about it, try something else. I'd rather buy a different car. I cannot afford that. So you're changing your goal every time. Whenever you're finding a challenge, what do? You change your plan. So you're almost there, you're growing, and then you find a challenge, you give up. But if it is a burning desire, you'll find out the way. You'll find out the way. How can you have a burning desire? And I'm sure, pretty much sure, a lot of people in this room, they know how to do that. If you have ever done any relationship, if you have a girlfriend or boyfriend, you exactly know how to win his or her mind. So what happened, you saw that girl, say for instance, girl, and you say, oh, she looks good. Okay. Now, what happened after a few days, you're just thinking about it, and you say, you know what, I think I like her. And then you're thinking a little bit longer, what happened? I think I love her. And after a long period of time, what happened? I cannot live without her. The same person was walking before, it didn't affect that much. Now it becomes a life and death situation. Why? Because you're constantly thinking about it. You are not in the relationship, but what are you doing in your mind? You are already in the relationship. You can see yourself walking beside her, buying a gift and everything, right? However, you're not going there. I know I'm giving you a stupid example, but you're practicing it all the time, and I did too probably. So I know how it feels. So now, the most important thing is you know how it feels whenever it's a burning desire. Nothing can stop you. Nothing can stop you. And what you start doing, at the beginning it was just a small desire. She looks good. That's it. It's a small desire. I wish she could be my girlfriend. It was a small one. But once you start thinking a little bit longer and feeling some emotion about it, one point you can stop thinking. The same formula works for your vision and dream as well. Whenever you want to achieve something, it sounds like so difficult. It sounds like it's impossible. Just keep on thinking. You see what happened. And think with pleasure. And just visualize in your eyes that you're already in that place. You see, you will start having a little bit powerful desire than before. Then, if you take some actions, your desire will be even stronger. Now it's going to be difficult for you to forget about it because you took some action. I can remember this. A few years ago, I was thinking, I wrote a goal that, okay, I want to buy a home theater. Not a few years ago, it was about 80 years ago. When I wrote this one, I wrote actually specifically Bose home theater because Bose is one of the expensive ones in the world, and that was my goal to have this one. I got all other stuff, but now, in 6 months later, I was supposed to buy Bose. And in Christmas time, I saw a sale, discount sale. And Samsung is in sale, but it's a very good one, but 50% sale. Now I'm kind of thinking, should I buy this one? I said, no. I set up a goal that I'm going to buy Bose. Why should I buy this? So I'm kind of like here and there. And when I see the picture and it's only $400, normally it's $800, should I go or not? So I was 50-50. Where I was, in desire level, it was a weak desire, right? I wasn't sure about it. And one point I said, you know what, okay, 6 months later I might buy another one. Okay, let's buy this one. I'm thinking too much about it. Let's go and buy. So I went to the shop. And I noticed that it's like really crowded because that day is a 50% sale on everything. So people are jumping into it. And I couldn't even get into the store. Finally, after 15 minutes of fighting, I get into the store. I was supposed to leave, right? Because I wasn't even sure that whether I'm going to buy it or not. But once I drove to the shop, I took some action. Now I don't want to get back home empty-handed. See, once I took a little bit of action, my desire increased. Now I'm waiting over there and fighting to get inside. And after getting inside, that has been sold. It's not there anymore. What? Now I completely forgot about Bose now. I'm just thinking, I have to get Samsung this one. Now, my desire increased so much. Now, I'm asking the shopper, okay, can you check if any other store is selling this one? And he said, yes, I can check it for you. And he checked, he find out that after 15 kilometers away, there's another shop, they have this. And I was so hungry. I said, okay, can you stop? Can you ask him? I'm going to pay here, and he'll just keep it for me, and I'll go there because they're chain shop. You can pay anywhere and collect from another place. And he said, okay, I'll try. And he's doing, I'm requesting so deeply. Now, you see, now it's becoming my life and death situation. I got to get it. Before, in the morning, I wasn't even sure whether I should buy it or not. Now, I have to get in, and I'm fighting for it, and I drove 15 kilometers away, and then finally I got it. And I opened it, oh my God, I really love it. No, I didn't like it in the morning. I just thought too much about it. I started taking action, and now it's become my part of my life. The same formula applies for your any kind of dream. Do not just close your eyes and thinking about it. Just do something about it. So first one is start visioning. Start visioning. Second one, how can you make your desire into burning desire? How many people in this room actually really desire to go big and become world class? Raise your hand. Okay, thank you very much. Let's clap for these people, because I have seen about 30% people raising their hand to become world class. I say world class. World class means you're not just successful in your country, your success and contribution and service is going beyond the border and going international. So the thing is, I can easily see, I'm not going to blame the other people, those who didn't raise their hand, because I know 90% people are actually like that. Because you do not believe that it's possible for you. You do not believe it's possible for you. So I really congratulate for the people, those who are raising hand, that you want to be international or world class. But those who are not doing it, no problem. After today, I will disturb you enough. I will disturb you enough so that you try to think globally. Because I can tell from my experience, there was a time when I was, say, for instance, 16, 17, I was one of the dumbest kid in the school. Like in the college, I never got good marks. I was always sitting behind. I was submitting my assignment at the last minute. Like everything, like there's no way that I can do something better in my life. Even my parents, they thought that like the maximum I can do is I can just manage to get a job. That was my maximum. That's what they expected from me. But there's something start happening inside of me. I had a lot of challenges in my life, and I have seen that, okay. But then I got a job when I was studying, and I was feeling it's not enough. Something inside is calling me to go big. And I started attending some of the seminars. That time it wasn't very available in Bangladesh, but I did it. And I started expanding my consciousness. And when I'm opening my consciousness, my performance started increasing massively. I said, why should I just limit myself? Then I decided, okay, I have to go abroad, because in this country, probably sometimes I might not get enough tools or strategies or support or environment to go big. Because if I want to be international, I have to go international. Right? Not necessarily you can be here and be international too. But I said, that's what I was thinking. And whatever it takes, my parents didn't have enough money to pay me to go study internationally. But I find out the way. It was extremely difficult for me because I was full-time student. I had to work full-time in KFC as well, cooking chicken. And I was working 16 hours on Saturday and 16 hours on Sunday. 16 hours on Saturday and 16 hours on Sunday. Double shift, 2 days in a row. That's what I did. And it was so hard for me to collect the tuition fee, but I managed to get it. And after I arrived in England, 3 or 4 months later, I got a newborn baby. My wife joined later on, and we got a baby. And now it's another person in my family. I got to feed that person. So I have full-time job, full-time study, and full-time family. Right? I know what is challenge. I can give you one example. One day, I was working as a tennis coach, but they didn't hire me full-time because I didn't have license. I was waiting for the license. So in order to collect the tuition fee, earn the tuition fee, I had to work part-time job in tennis and full-time job in KFC as well. So what I was doing, I finished part-time here, and I didn't have car. I had a bike so that I can go fast. So I bought a bike, and just riding my bike to my home, changed my clothes and going to KFC to work for another 8 to 10 hours. That's what I was doing again and again and again. Extremely difficult. One day, there was a slope like this. So I was going from slope to like high to low, and the bicycle was very high speed, right? And then I noticed there's a car coming behind. So I was trying my best to get in the side, and it was a little bit dark. And you know the footpath, they're a little bit higher than the road, right? So I didn't see it because it was dark. So I hit the curve, and my bike just fall like this when I'm going like this way, from here to at least like 15 feet. When I stand up, I saw my pant from here to there is all blood, and I can see the bones. And my bicycle has become a football. And now I cannot even stand up. I think for a few seconds, and I thought, if I don't go to work today, I will be losing 50 pounds. Not weight, money, which is $5,000, right? But in that country is nothing. 50 pounds is nothing. That 50 pounds I couldn't afford to lose. I was planning to go to work with this. Because if I don't go to work today, maybe one of our family member has to live in hunger. That was the crisis I've been through. And I came home. I quickly went to the bathroom so that I can wash myself quickly and go work, because if my wife saw this, she will never let me go. So, but somehow she saw the drop of the blood, and she followed, and she said, what happened? And I didn't open the door. She started screaming and crying. She realized something happened because I was sneaking and going like, I was trying to go faster. She saw that. And when she saw that, I said, I'm preparing myself to go to work in KFC. She started crying and say, I am not going to let you go. I say, honey, we cannot afford to do that. $50 is a huge money for me. I do not have extra $50. And she started crying, and I didn't listen to her. She called my friend. Please tell him. My friend came and said, okay, I'll give you $50. Please don't go. And then still I said, I'm not going to take $50 from you, or pound. That time I was in England. And he said, okay, take 50 pounds, and whenever you're ready, give me. I said, okay. I didn't go to work. That was good decision, because if I went to work, I couldn't probably go to work for another 2 weeks. But why I'm telling this sort of things? That if you have burning desire for growth, nothing can stop you. Whenever you make your life growth is must for you, this sort of pain, you won't feel it. This sort of pain, you won't even feel it. For other people, it's a life and death situation. They can see that there's no way I can even walk. But I managed to go home in this situation with my bike. I managed to get ready myself to go to work again. It's just because of my burning desire to serve my family and do not stop and keep on moving. So I know how many excuses I could give and stop moving. But I didn't settle. I didn't settle. I can keep on going on and on how much challenge I've been through, but that's not going to help you. I'm just sharing that because a lot of people, they're giving the excuse and they don't decide to grow fast. They think, okay, this is the reason I cannot go fast. I don't have this, I don't have this, I don't have this. All the reason, all the excuses you are giving, those are becoming your prison. Those excuses are keeping you in your prison, and you are probably staying safe. Okay, I didn't try harder. Okay, I was watching TV instead. That's good for you, but you're living in the prison. You're making yourself rusty. Jong pore jay na? Jong pore jay ekta shomoyer pore eto beshi jong pore jay you won't even see that it was a knife. It's just a piece of rod. It don't cut anything. That's why you have a powerful knife and sharp knife within you. All you have to do is polish it, and you'll see that you're very sharp, that you can cut any kind of challenges in your life. So from now on, your job is to think big, raise your standard, think globally, and create the desire as a burning desire within you. And you will see that how much potential, how much is strong, and how much qualified you become. All you have to do is increase your desire. Human beings are so powerful. If they desire something very strongly, they'll find out the way. They'll find out the way. One of the challenges, we become so realistic. What is realistic means? Realistic means, okay, we can see that if something is not working, if nobody did it before, who am I to think big? Or I can see if I do this, there'll be so much risk. And I don't want to stay in risk because I'm already having good life and I can just deal with it. I don't want to just risk myself and fail. So these people are actually very skeptical. There are two types of people in this world. দুই ধরনের লোক দুনিয়াতে বসবাস করে। এক ধরনের লোক হলো স্কেপটিক্যাল, তারা যে কোনো কিছু করার আগে একটা জিনিসে 500 বার চিন্তা করে। Right? And যখন চিন্তা করে, they're not thinking positive things. They are just trying to find out how many reasons I have not to do it. How many risk factor involved. They're skeptical. So the good thing about them is they barely fail. তাদের লাইফে তারা খুবই কম ফেল করে। তাদের লাইফে তারা খুব একটা চ্যালেঞ্জ ফেস করে না। তারা সমস্ত কিছু ক্যালকুলেট করে বুঝে শুনে আগে দেখে তাদের জীবনে চ্যালেঞ্জও আসে কম। Right? Another type of people, those who are optimistic. They fail again and again and again. They feel more challenge in their life. Some people call them, you are mad or crazy or weird. It's not a good place to be optimistic in this world. আপনি বেশি optimistic হলে সমস্যা আছে, right? But at the end of the day, the entire world is ruled by the optimistic people. Optimistic people রা দুনিয়া লিড করে। তারা ফেল করছে, তারা চ্যালেঞ্জ আসছে তাদের জীবনে, but they run the entire world. Same university, same education, same college, same technique you are learning, but at the end of the day, the people, those who are optimistic, they are going at the peak and you live up here. You cannot stop those people. But as I said, challenge will come. But because of their burning desire, they won't see the challenge. They will still see the progress, the opportunities. They have a different kind of eyes. No, they have the same eyes. Why they see different? They train their brain different way. They're not putting their brain in the jail. They're not putting their brain in the jail. Actually, to be honest with you, I'm telling you one secret. We know that our brain is actually extremely powerful, right? Yeah? And we only use 5% of our brain, right? And I'm telling you something different. I'm a weird person, I know, but I'm telling you different. That your brain has not been designed to make you successful. Yeah. Your brain has not been designed to make you successful. আপনার ব্রেইনকে এমন ভাবে ডিজাইন করা হয় না যে আপনি সাকসেসফুল হবেন। আপনার ব্রেইনকে বানানো হয়েছে to maintain your life. It's your human spirit. It's your soul. It's your mind who is always looking for growth and expansion. If you're always staying in your brain, you're dead. Your life will be always the same. You'll be realistic. Brain learns how to be realistic. But your human spirit does not understand. I gave you a silly example, right? But listen, remember that example again. When you love a girl or boy, but you know that it's impossible, do you love from brain? No, logic doesn't listen to your love. You say you love from heart and you find out the way. Logic says don't go for this. You don't deserve her or something like that, but you don't know. You don't follow those rules. You go for something big. Why? Why you all of a sudden you become a different person and a stronger person? Because you're not using your brain. Because brain most of the time works with logic and pattern. But your heart, your emotion, your spirit always looks for bigger and better and expansion. Most of the people, they're living in their head. That's why they're dead. One of the backlog, ব্রেনের একটা সমস্যা হলো generalization. But generalization is not a সমস্যা. It's not a problem. It has been given to your brain so that you can do things easily next time. That means, say, if I say 2, then 4, then 6, what is the next number? I say 2, then 4, then 6, what is the next number? 8. How do you know? You start reading my mind? No, you know, you understood the pattern. You understood the pattern, okay, 2, then 4, okay, 2, 2, 2, then definitely it's 8. Okay, it's good for the number, but life does not work like this. That's the way you learn. That, okay, I'm going to my mommy, and if I cry, ask for chocolate, she gives chocolate. So what I'm going to do next time if she doesn't give? I'll cry. So you understand the pattern. If I do this one happens. সোজা আঙ্গুলে ঘি না উঠলে আঙ্গুল ব্যাকা করতে হবে. Right? You understood as a kid, you're so intelligent, you realize the pattern and you use that pattern next time. That's the way brain works. The problem of the generalization and why generalization has been given in your brain. কেন এটা আছে? এটা আছে so that একটা কাজ একবার করছেন, one time you have done this one, second time it gets easier. Third time it gets very convenient, fourth time it becomes unconsciously competent. Right? It's good for skill development, but it's not good for dream. Because dream does not follow pattern. আপনি যদি হত দরিদ্র হন, হঠাৎ করে এই দেশে সবচেয়ে বড় লোক হতে চান, ব্রেন বলবে নো, what the heck you talking about? I don't see the pattern. So far মাসে ইনকাম দেখলে কাউন্ট করে দেখছে 50,000 টাকা 5,000 টাকার বেশি কামাইতে পারেন, হঠাৎ করে তুমি 5 কোটি টাকা কেমনে কামাইতে চাও? It doesn't work for the brain. Brain will say no. Brain will say no to you because brain works with the pattern and generalization. Generalization means it will generalize with previous information. That's why biggest problem so many people fail. They said you will be failing as well. Mokles Jodmiuddin সবাই fail করছে, তুই কোন কদু? That's the problem. That's how we are perceiving information from all the society. Nobody did it before. Why the heck you are thinking about it? And psychologist Martin Seligman, he did a test, like he did an experiment, and in that experiment, they did with the dog. What they did, if you look at this, and this side of the place, they electrified. যখন ডগটা এখানে বসা ছিল, তারা এখানে একটা ইলেকট্রিক শক দিছে. The dog feel uncomfortable, right? So what dog did, it crossed the wall and came here and see there's no electricity. Oh, that's fine. Okay? So now dog learned, whenever the electricity comes, I will jump on the other side and I'll be fine. Very good. Pattern recognition, generalization. It happened 2 times, it will happen 3rd time too, right? That's good. Now dog can save himself when there is a problem, isn't it? Now it is good, but when it becomes bad. Now, after a few times, what they start doing it, they electrified this place and this place together. So dog is jumping on this side and receive the same kind of a small shock and get back to the same other side, shock. This side shock, other side shock. Now it's a different pattern. What is this pattern says? You got to deal with it. There is no place is safe. Right? Both sides we have shock. Now it's a cage. এটা একটা মানে কেজের ভিতরে ঢুকানো আছে জগটা, ও বেরোতে পারতেছে না. Now next time if I stop giving shock this side, do you think dog will come here anymore? No, it will learn helplessness that I tried 5 times. I saw the pattern that actually the shock is both sides. But now the shock is no longer in this side, only that side. Dog will not try. Dog didn't try. It's receiving the shock, the crisis, the pain of life. But it's not trying anything because it learned the helplessness that is, I tried. Why should I try anymore? The human brain works the same way. Human brain works the same way. I tried 7 times. Why should I try? It didn't work. It's like a fly. I gave this example before. It's like a fly just হঠাৎ করে একটা মাছ এই রুমে আটকায় গেছে. Yeah? Now, this fly can see there's a light through this door. And fly does not understand this is a glass door. It's thinking that maybe this is the way out. So the fly will fly very, happy, I can see the way out. And bam, hit the door. What actually happened? আমি লাইট দেখতে পাচ্ছি, বাট যেতে পারলাম না কেন? Okay, I'll try again. No problem. And the fly will go and hit it again. Bam. What is the chances the fly will break the door? How? Is there any chance? No. But the problem is fly will be keep on trying until he's dying over there. আমরা হিউম্যান বিং অনেকে আমরা এই কাজটা করি, হার্ড ওয়ার্ক করতে 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 জীবন বরবাদ করে ফেলাই. Why you're not trying a different approach? Why this fly is not trying a different window? Why you have to keep on trying same way and fail 55 times and you're thinking there's no way out? We do the same for success. আপনি যত বড় কুতুবী হন, সূর্য অস্ত যদি দেখতে যান আর পূর্ব দিকে আপনি হেলিকপ্টার নিয়ে রওনা হইছেন, কোনো কাজ আছে? You have to have the right strategy. This is very important. Problem is we tried wrong strategy, it did not work and we are thinking it's not possible. তুমি কি শুরু করছো আমার সাথে? Right? It is easy for us. We just look over there and say that, দেখো জমির উদ্দিনের দিছো আমরা দাও নাই. That's the problem. As a human being, we have given the intellect, we don't use it properly. You have to keep on trying different approach until what? You get the success. It doesn't matter how big your dream is. It really doesn't matter how big your dream is. If you can stay in your dream and constantly try again and again and again, you'll find out the way. If you look at all the biographies of highly successful people, world leaders, top class athletes, they tried and they did it. And I'm training all this lots of them. I tell the same thing. In the morning I was working with golfer Siddiqur, you know him? Yeah, so I was working with him till 10 o'clock, so we start at 7 o'clock and he's flying tonight to Japan. And he was having a big problem of getting distance and accuracy, long shot. Do you understand golf a little bit at least? যে প্রথম শটটা অনেক জোরে মারতে হয়, অনেক দূরে, কিন্তু সে জোরে যাচ্ছে, is going far, but the accuracy lost. So I coach him. I have been coaching him for a few months now, actually almost a year. And our goal was to get chance in Olympic, right? That time when we set up the goal, it was impossible for us. Not for me, for him. He said, okay, Olympic Association, Golf Association, everybody's pushing me, try your best to get chance. And only 60 people from the world will be getting chance to play Olympic as a golfer. Because golfer, they are not giving wild card, means আপনি এই দেশে জন্মগ্রহণ করছেন দিকে চলে যাবেন, no. অন্য আদার স্পোর্টসের মতন, অন্য আদার ইভেন্টের মতন গল্ফ ছিল না. Golf will be selected from world ranking. And top 60 will go. And he said, I don't know it's possible, but they're asking me. I wish I can go there. I gave him a chance, okay. Tell me what you really want. And he gave me that. And I said, okay, let's work for it. Let's work for it. And he become, after 5-6 months, he become the first athlete, not golfer, athletes, মানে যত স্পোর্টস আছে বাংলাদেশের ইতিহাসে, সমস্ত ইতিহাসের একমাত্র প্লেয়ার যে অলিম্পিকে পার্টিসিপেট করছে by merit. World at top 60 people can say he got chance as 59. At least he made it. And that was a miracle for us. That was a miracle for us. And as I said, at the beginning, it looks like it's not possible at all. It looks like it's impossible to get it. But he did it. And after a few months, few months before, he had a tournament which is European circuit. In his entire life, he never came to top 50 in European circuit. He was the second in European circuit for the first time in his life and first time in Bangladesh history. It becomes possible because of what? He tried so many approaches, didn't work, but he was keep on trying until he got it. And I told him in the morning, okay, your problem is the accuracy, because your distance is better, but your ball is going so far. So I told him, okay, 3 months ago, I told him, show me the number. Show me the number. What's your percentage of accuracy? So every single places he's hitting 10 shots, and he can just calculate with, he has a TrackMan which is keeping all the records. He's showing that sometimes 47%, sometimes 60%, sometimes 45%, sometimes max, the best was 70 something. And just I work last, I landed 12th. So 12th, we had a dinner. 13, we had like sitting conversation. Just 2 days I work, today and yesterday. In 2 days, his average is 97%. in 2 days. If it happened 1 shot, 2 shot, 3 shots, 4 shots, it's okay, it's accidental. He hit 100 shots yesterday, more than 100 shots. Still, he managed to keep the score above 97%. And today he did the same. And I said, just 2 days, you practice with proper strategies. I never played golf in my entire life. How can I teach him how to play golf? I was not teaching him how to play golf. I was not teaching, okay, what do you have to do to get the ball over there? I taught the mind thing. I just work on the mind, and mind find out the way. I say, your body knows exactly how to hit the shot. It's your mind who does not believe it's possible to achieve. Give me a harder goal. I'll show you how to achieve this one. And when I did this one, if you don't believe me, any seminar, I'll bring him. Today he could come if he doesn't have flight. I could bring him. But I'll show him, and he will show the paper that how much improvement he made in 2 days. How come the miracles start happening? It's not miracle. We are human beings. We are miracle. We are miracle. But if you're living in your brain, you will not see the miracles, because brain does not produce miracle. It's very powerful computer though. It's extremely powerful computer, but it's not been designed to be successful. It's been designed to survive. It's your human spirit. It's always looking for growth and expansion. If you do not use your spirit, you will not be able to go far. Do you get it? Now, this is the cycle which is actually causing us to get the reality life. Number one is you have realistic vision. Realistic vision, jeta mone hoy je eta mone hoy সম্ভব এরকম একটা ভিশনের কারণে you set up a goal which is realistic. Right? So আমি দেখছি আমার এই এডুকেশন দিয়ে maximum you can earn 50,000 টাকা per month. Okay, I will set up a goal. Because of your realistic vision, you'll set up a goal, okay, next month or next year, probably I will be thinking maximum 60,000. Right? You'll not be thinking 6 lakhs. Right? You're not that there. Because of your realistic vision, you'll be setting up a realistic goal. And then when you actually have a realistic goal in your life, your actions are going to be realistic and cheap and poor, not high quality. And because of your action, your result will be exactly same. In order to get higher result, massive result, in order to get world-class result, you have to have world-class action, right? Isn't it? Why your action is not becoming world-class? World-class action does not mean you have to work 85 hours a day. I know there is no 85 hours in a day, but I'm just saying that you don't have to do that. The most of the world-class people, they don't work that much. The people, those who are struggling, they work more than them. পৃথিবীতে তাকায় দেখেন যারা গরিব দেশ তারা বেশি hard working. We think that hard work is the solution. If you go to Western world, you see they're not working hard, but they're successful. It's the strategy, it's the mindset which is making them successful and rich. So we have to come out from this realistic cycle. And we have to go beyond, and I will show you some of the things. First of all, if you just raise your standard, rest of the things will follow. You will find out the way. You will see everything needed is going to come to you. You will see that all the strategies required is coming just because you start thinking big. Trust me. Just try. Don't just learn. Try. You'll see the magic. Because human beings are magic. There's a guy, you know this guy, and he was walking with one of the advisor, and one day he said, hey, tell me, look at the moon. What is going to take to go to the moon, land, see the moon, and come back safely? Hey, now, আমাদের জন্য এটা খুবই ইজি এই ধরনের কথা চিন্তা করা, মুনে যাব কোনো ব্যাপার না, right? But that moment, যখন আমাদের এটা জীবনে হয় নাই, পৃথিবীতেই থাকা difficult হচ্ছে, that time he's thinking, okay, how can we go to the moon? We do not have rocket or anything like that. And he's thinking, how can we go there? We had rocket, but that's like, we're just thinking about it and optimizing all these things. But now he's thinking, how can we send human being to the moon and go there and come back safely? And the advisor said, he asked what we have to do, what we need. He said, we just need will. Only will. What is will? You have to have the desire to do it. That's all. And whenever you have the desire, rest of the thing will follow. And when you have the desire, it's a burning desire, you will see all that necessary is start coming to you. But we are realistic, that's why we don't think big. Is the AC on or off? Is it just me, AC? Okay. So the real limitation is limiting psychology. আপনি যত successful people study করবেন, you will find out যে তাদের হাত দুইটাই, পাও দুইটা, পায়ের যে আঙ্গুলগুলো আছে ওইটাও পাঁচটা পাঁচটা করেই, এবং ব্রেনের সাইজও similar. We are sharing the same nervous system. The difference is how they're using their psychology. How they're practicing their psychology, that will make the difference. I gave you an example before in my seminar that somebody, me and my friend, bought the same computer, say, it's not true story, I'm just making it up. ধরেন আমরা সেম কম্পিউটার কিনলাম, একই দাম দিয়ে, দেখতেও একই রকম, সব কিছু ফাইন। নাও আমরা বাসায় নিয়ে আসলাম, বাসায় নিয়ে আসার পরে আমি আমার কম্পিউটার পেয়ে মহা খুশি। আরে ইউটিউবে দেখো কত নাচ গান সিনেমা নাটক সব ফ্রি। Okay, you're watching this on Facebook. Wow, I can connect all my friends, like, dislike. You're just making comments. Okay, I'm eating now, I'm sleeping now, look at my hair. You're doing all this stuff and you're happy. Oh, I'm connecting the whole world. Fantastic. And now, on the other side, your friend, one day, he came here, like after a year, with a car. So, no, I bought this car. How come? How you bought a car? You remember we bought a computer? Yes. With that computer, I learned how to do online business. And I start collecting all the information from Western world, and I find out something, and I start doing all this stuff, and I start making money from online business. What? We bought the same computer. That's what we do. We blame the other person. Same computer, I paid the same money. Why the heck your computer earned money and I keep on giving money for my computer? What is going on with you? The problem is not the problem with the computer, it's how you're using the computer. How you're using inside the computer, that will make the change. You have all you need, every single thing you need to be highly successful. Go to the peak. You already have within you. You don't have to buy from anything, anywhere. But you have to evolve within you. আপনার ভিতর থেকে ওটাকে বের করে নিয়ে আসতে হবে। যখন আপনি ভিতর থেকে বের করে নিয়ে আসবেন, rest of the thing will be done by that psychology. The real problem is limiting psychology, is not the resources. It's not the resources. It's not even the education. You'll find out the education if you need. We have a lot of example. Okay, find out. Let's see Steve Jobs, this guy. He's a dropout from the college, right? And he doesn't have computer, like he didn't finish his education. So he applied but he is so passionate about computer. So he applied for a job in HP or Dell, I forgot about it, probably HP. And they said, you're not qualified because you don't have the certification. So HP didn't hire him. Okay, fine, no problem. He is just visioning, what can I do? So he doesn't have money even to start his business. He's an adopted person. He doesn't have any office or anything. And also he doesn't have qualification. But somehow he has a dream. He has a belief. He has a different kind of psychology. What he did, he started going to his friend, Wozniak, who is a computer scientist. So what he's doing, he just had the idea and then asked him, can you make it for me? Oh, okay. And he's making it for him, and he is going to the buyers and say, okay, here it is, and they're giving the money, and he is bringing the money 50% here and 50% there. Wozniak was so surprised. Wow, like how even you do it? You even do not know how to make things, but you are putting all the connections. Then the business start happening. So he went to a big conference where people are showing their stuff. Sometimes they get offer from there. So he showed some of the circuit his friend made. And his friend is supposed to actually talk about it, and he was mumbling and he's not confident. So he came and saw it, just describe how it works. Then after he came out, he got offer. People offered him, and he doesn't have money to start building this stuff. Because they got offered probably, say for instance, piece of this. They don't have money to invest to make 400 piece of circuits. He sold his car $265 only. It was so old car. And with that money, he asked his father, to just rent the garage. And in that garage, he started doing the business with $265. And after 10 years, he became a billionaire. How the heck? How the heck? He is not good in computer. He doesn't know how to make things. Right? He doesn't have money. He doesn't have factory. He became a billionaire. That's the power of psychology. If you're really hungry to do something, if you believe in your dream, you'll find out the way. So how can we go from ordinary to extraordinary? So extraordinary life comes from extraordinary psychology. Extraordinary life comes from extraordinary psychology. That's the number one reason. Not number one, sorry. That's the only reason people are finishing their education, training, and everything from the same institute, same office, same college, and one person is thriving, another person is struggling. Is the psychology. I'm not saying you don't need a strategy, you don't need education. You definitely need those stuff. But if you don't have the right psychology, you'll be always struggling in your life. But whenever you have the skill and the mindset, you can conquer anything. You can conquer anything. Okay. This guy, he was so poor. In his family, like nobody actually was educated, and it was so difficult for him to live. And one point, he was so disturbed, and he's thinking, okay, I got to earn some money. He was a young boy, 14, 13 years old, and he started working to earn money. That's what the life was before. And then they do not have their own land, so they cannot do this sort of cultivation or anything. So he moved to Calcutta, and he started selling vegetables. He starts selling vegetables in Calcutta on the street. So on the street, selling vegetables is illegal, so he was locked up in the jail for a few days as well. And he lost his hope. He came back home. Bangladesh, he get back Bangladesh again, and he started trying to do something. So he's working here, there, and there's no hope at all. But he's always trying to do something bigger and better. Keep on doing and doing and doing. And one point, he saw somebody in his uncle, he's making bidi, cigarette. Tamak peche, cigarette banaitese. So he find out, okay, why can't I do that too? So he start making those sort of cigarette. It's called bidi in Bangladesh, the most cheapest cigarette in the whole world probably. But that was very popular in the village. So he started making, and he named it Aki's bidi, right? So he made it, and he went to the Hat Bajar. He started selling those stuff. People start liking it, and that become a brand. Aki's Bidi has become a brand, and he started growing his business from there. He started selling in like nationwide, and then he started thinking, okay, I become successful in biri, I can do even more, right? So he started doing like jute mills. He started doing cement. He started doing IT. Today, he's passed away now. Aki's group of industries, one of the largest group of industry in the country. This guy, only thing he had is desire and a vision. Only thing he had is desire, burning desire and vision. And that made him so much rich that he can be part of our economy. That's the power of human psychology. That's the power of human being. And we are all human beings in this room, but we don't act like that. We just try to think that we have to be realistic to go big. One of the important reasons is you are afraid to dream big, right? We are afraid to dream big because what will happen if I fail? At least I'm having life. What will happen if I die? I'm not asking you to jump from the Everest. I'm just asking you to think big. But we are afraid to fail. That's the number one reason to become unsuccessful or unhappy or unfulfilled in life. Fear. Fear has been given in our brain not to be afraid of going big. Fear আমাদেরকে দেওয়া হয়েছে so that before you're doing something, you are becoming very careful. You know what you're doing, right? So আপনি হঠাৎ করে ধরেন কথা কথা আপনার পকেটে এখন 5,000 টাকা আছে. This is the only thing you have. And without even having enough knowledge, you invested 5,000 taka in the stock market. And you lost it and gone. In this case, you need the fear, right? Yeah? Your fear will say, what are you doing? Do you know what you're doing? Do you understand the stock market? Or no? Then why the heck you're doing it? Because a lot of people are making money. But not you, because you don't have enough knowledge. So fear is going to help you. Fear has been given for this reason. Or maybe the car are moving really fast and you don't afraid, you're just walking on the road. Like this when you got hit. Because of this, you do not do it because you have the fear. Fear in your brain has been given for good reason. And there is a circuit called amygdala. This amygdala fires whenever it says anything problem, anything dangerous. যখনই কোনো সমস্যা দেখে ওইটা ফায়ার হওয়ার সাথে সাথে আপনার ব্রেন সবকিছু শাট ডাউন করে এইটাকে প্রেফারেন্স দিতে বলে যে বি কেয়ারফুল, সি ইট। এখন আমরা কি করি, এই অ্যামিগডালাকে ওভার ইউজ করতে করতে কি হয় জানেন, অ্যামিগডালা বিগার হয়ে যায়। এখন সিম্পল জিনিসের মধ্যেও অ্যামিগডালা ফায়ার করে। এটাকে বলে ডিসেপটিভ ব্রেন মেসেজ, মানে ফলস মেসেজ। যেটাতে ফেল করার কোনো চান্স নাই সেইখানেও ভয় দেখায়। Because you used your fear. জীবনের নিয়ম হলো যেটা আপনি বেশি ইউজ করবেন, that will become stronger. If you use fear so much, fear will be stronger. If you use positive belief will be stronger. If you use so much of your burning desire will be stronger. If you use or practice so much excuse, your excuse will be stronger. Right? That's why we don't say things. Whenever you have so much excuse in your brain will shut down all the other information. It will show you only what you believe. I'll show you it later on. So deceptive brain message means false message coming from the brain to you because you practice so much. And deceptive message aro kichu jayga ache jegulo amra wrong use kori. Like there are so many people you can see, they're cleaning the plate again and again and again, and they're not satisfied. Their thinking is still dirty. Amra jaderke ki boli? Germophobic, right? Eta ashole obsessive compulsive disorder, OCD. So the problem is these people are receiving false signal from their brain that is not clean, however it's clean. They cannot help. The brain constantly signal পাঠাইতেছে যে এটা ক্লিন হয় না, বাবা আর একটু ক্লিন কর। এখন ওর কোনো ওয়ে নাই এখান থেকে বের হওয়ার, ও করতেই আছে। That's the problem. If you do not understand this is a false message, actually it is clean, your time will be wasted. The same thing, OCD can be coming from this as well, that you're constantly thinking negative things. If you're constantly thinking negative things, what will happen? Your brain will be constantly sending you negative information because amar boss oitai chacche sarakkon. Brain mone korche you're looking for this is what you want. And your amygdala got bigger, small thing এর মধ্যে ফায়ার করবে আর আপনার ভয় দেখাবে আর আপনার ভয় শেষ। আপনার ভয় শেষ। That is why I'm keep on saying, if you are too much in your head, you are dead. You have to use your heart and soul as well in order to go big and do something big in your life. And if you don't do it, you'll remain what you are. However, you're born as Ashraful Makhlukat, Srishti Sherajib, the best creation of Srishtikarta, best creation of God, you will remain an ordinary person just because you're using the fear muscle so much. Just because of that. And it becomes a neuroplasticity in your brain. It becomes permanent. Neuroplasticity means it's become biological now. আপনার যখন অ্যামিগডালা কনস্ট্যান্টলি ফায়ার করতেছে, নিউরনসগুলো একই রকম ফায়ার হতে দে গট দ্য প্যাটার্ন অ্যান্ড দে ডেভেলপ দ্য প্যাটার্ন সো মাচ, ওটা পার্মানেন্ট হয়ে যায়। যখন পার্মানেন্ট হয়ে যায়, এটা নিউরোপ্লাস্টিসিটি হয়ে গেছে, ইট ফর্মস এ সলিড ব্রেন নিউরনস, দেন ইটস রিয়েলি ডিফিকাল্ট টু ব্রেক। ইউর লাইফ উইল বি টেকেন বাই ইউর ব্রেন। আপনি চান একটা, কিন্তু করতে পারে না কোনো কিছুই, বিকজ অফ ভয়, বিকজ অফ রিয়েলিস্টিক। So whatever you want to become, you got to practice and think that one more and more and more. Then your brain neuroplasticity will change and it will become automatic in your life. Because you're not your brain. It is your brain, but you are not your brain. Dr. Stewart has written a book, it's called You're Not Your Brain. And he showed exactly how we are locked up and how we are just constantly doing what our brain is asking us to do. এটা আমার চয়েস না, কিন্তু আমি বাধ্য. That's why you have to understand that you have more power than your brain. Now, you do not have to reduce fear. আপনাকে fear avoid করতে চেষ্টা করলে কাজ হবে না, কারণ আমরা যে কোনো কিছু avoid করতে চাইলে ওটা আমরা বেশি বেশি পাইতে থাকি. কোনো কিছু avoid করতে চাইলে ওটা আমরা বেশি বেশি পাইতে থাকি. সো আমাদের যেটা করতে হবে, আমাদেরকে অন্য একটা এটার অপোজিট জিনিস ডেভেলপ করতে. উই হ্যাভ টু ডেভেলপ দ্য অপোজিট থিং, হুইচ ইজ কারেজ. হুইচ ইজ কারেজ. এবং প্রত্যেকটা every single highly successful people one common psychological advantage is they are courageous. তাদের সাহস বুকের পাটা বড়, right? They do not afraid to think big. And courage is not an absence of fear. It's a triumph over it, which means courage মানে এই না যে আপনার ভয় করতেছে না. courage মানে হলো ভয় করতেছে কিন্তু আপনার সাহস এর উপরে চলে গেছে. That's why it says feel the fear but do it anyway. কারণ fear আসবেই, বলবেই ভাই be careful, একটু সাবধান হও, কি করতেছস, বুঝতেছস তো নাকি এমনি রওনা দিছস, right? But you have to say, okay brain, thank you very much for your information. I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing because it is important to receive this fear from your brain. So you cannot shut down. আপনি এটা ক্লোজ করে দিতে পারবেন না. এই ইনফরমেশনটা আমাদের জন্য দরকার, কিন্তু আপনার সাহস বৃদ্ধির কারণে আপনি দেখবেন যে আপনি বিগ জিনিস করার জন্য আপনি ইন্সপায়ার্ড হইতে সাহস পান. So we have to develop the courage. And courage is not an absence of fear. It's a triumph over it. এটার বিয়ন্ডে চলে যাওয়াটা. এবং courage হলো মাসেলের মতো. মাসেল বুঝেন? Muscle, if I want to improve just a little bit more muscle here, what I have to do? Exercise. The more I will exercise, what will happen? It will grow, right? If I don't do exercise, what will happen? এটার মাসেলটা ডেভেলপ করবে না, বরং আগের চেয়ে আরো শুকায় যাবে. আমার ওয়াইফ একবার সামনে in front of the driveway, it was icy, very cold weather, so একটু পানি ছিল, it become ice, and those ice we call black ice, you cannot see those ice. So ওই বরফের মধ্যে খেয়াল করে নাই, ও পিছলায় পড়ে গেল, গাড়িতে উঠতে গিয়ে পিছলায় পড়ে গেছে. পড়ে যাওয়ার পর তার হাত এই জায়গাটা এভাবে পড়ার কারণে তার হাত ভেঙে গেছে, এখানে একটা ফ্র্যাকচার হয়েছে. I took her to the hospital and they gave that ওই প্লাস্টার করে দিছে. প্লাস্টার করে 6 সপ্তাহ 7 সপ্তাহ 8 সপ্তাহ এরকম রাখছে, 2 মাসের মতো মনে হয় রাখছে. After 2 months when she opened it, I see this skinny hand. Same hand এরকম শুকায় কাটি হয়ে গেছে কেমনে? Why? And she cannot even eat with that hand. She knows how to eat. She knows how to use this spoon. She lost all the mobility and the coordination with their hand, and it becomes skinny. Why? Why? Because you did not use it, my friend. You did not use that muscle, that's why it becomes skinny. You lost the muscle, you lost the coordination. Same thing, if you never use courage in your life, you cannot be courageous. You cannot be courageous. Courage is just like a muscle. If you want to develop it, do slowly, slowly. I'm not asking that, okay, you are thinking, now আপনি 5 কেজি ওজন উঠাইতে পারেন, আমি বললাম ওকে যান জিমে যায় 50 কেজি ওজনের চেষ্টা করছেন. No, don't do this. You're going to get hurt. You'll be injured. What are you going to do? Go there, you can do 5 kilo, do 7 kilo. It's going to hurt, right? It's going to hurt because it's uncomfortable. But what will happen after 7 days? It's going to be very easy because you already developed the muscle. The muscle is there to support you. Now, if you take 8 kilo or 10 kilo, it's going to hurt. But after doing 1 week, 10 kilo become normal. Why? You develop the muscle now. Now you want to go for 15 kilo. A little bit harder. And after 1 week or 2 weeks, it becomes easy. Because you develop the muscle. This way you have to keep on moving, and one day you'll see that you can do 50 kilo easily. That's the way you have to build your courage muscle as well. That's the way you have to be daring to think big. প্রথমে ছোট্ট ছোট্ট দিয়ে শুরু করেন. Journey of 1,000 miles begin with single step. Right? You got to start from small step. If you don't have to jump and go all the way. But slowly build. But please build instead of building fear muscle. আপনি যদি ফিয়ারকে প্রতিদিন প্র্যাকটিস করেন এক্স্যাক্টলি সেম হবে, রাইট? আমি একটু আগে বলছি, whatever you practice, you become that, you grow that. It's a magical formula. Whatever you practice, you grow that. Whether it's fear or whether it's courage. This is whatever you practice, you become that. This is a magical formula. So whenever you're practicing, you got to be careful from today. আমি কি প্র্যাকটিস করতেছি, কিসের উপরে বেশিরভাগ সময় কাটা ফেলাইতেছি? Is it a productive thing or unproductive thing? And those way you'll understand where you're going. You'll be very clear where you're going. Just see your practice.